station, then to take your children and your grandchildren and say, you know what, this town is hearing about the gospel through the radio because we invested.
Tell us about your passion, Wendy, for radio.
Okay.
I mean, you're on the board here at Vision.
Yes.
So, what is it that sort of drives you to want to do that?
So I remember the time Phil contacted me and said, do you want to have a coffee and catch up? And I always love catching up with Phil. So, yes, caught up. And he broached the subject about the board. And I said to him, Phil, I didn't even have to really pray about it because my dad was a radio nut. Like he loved it, yeah. And so he did it, and he used to have skeds at night and stuff, so he studied to do it. But it was mainly because people in other countries were not getting the gospel, and the radio had no boundaries, there were no borders, it could get in, you know. So he loved radio for that reason. He saw such a missional impact. And so when Phil asked me, it was like in the middle of me working with ACL and realising that we were actually being shut down here. And so the fact that radio has no boundaries, no borders, and radio can get into people's homes and into people's hearts, I was like, I would be so grateful for the opportunity to really continue my dad's legacy. And that's what I think people are doing when they're supporting these small towns. It's a legacy.
That's so true.
You know, to be able to donate to a small town getting a radio station, then to take your children and your grandchildren and say, you know what, this town is hearing about the gospel through the radio because we invested. And all families are part of that.
That's right.
You know,
Well,
that's brilliant.
Everyone who's listening now is listening because someone in the past had invested so that they
Absolutely.
could. So it's just passing the baton along, really.
Yeah.
You know, this is your turn to pass it on because together, on Together Day, we can get it set up for another family.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.